In this video, let's talk about how to deal with problem attendees.
This video is brought to you by EpiPies Academy.
And there's going to be a few types of problems attendees that we're going to cover and a few different strategies. Well, the first type is as Mark calls it, stump the chump, meaning people who bring up really complex topics or people who try to prove you wrong just to kind of challenge your credibility on the subject or show themselves as, oh, look at me, I know so much. They're not helpful to your presentation. You can compliment them on their knowledge because you don't want that person to be disruptive of everybody's experience. You want to keep the webinar flowing seamlessly, but at the same time, if they keep asking, if they keep challenging you again and again, then what you can do is after you've answered their question politely once or twice, you can say, okay, well, this is maybe outside the scope of the webinar. I'm happy to discuss your question after the webinar. And they're not even going to want to discuss it after the webinar because all they wanted to do is really just show to the rest of the attendees how great they are or how smart they are. The other kind of attendee that's a problem is the rude attendees. Those guys, you simply have to remove them or ban them. And also make sure when you go back and ban them from your email list too, essentially just remove them from your email list because you don't want them attending future webinars either. And every webinar software has an option to ban or block people. Another kind of problem attendee is actually a competitor who posts links to their product or business. Those people, if they don't do it too much, you can leave them alone. If they start doing what they're doing too much, then you just basically remove them from the webinar as well. Then there are people who have technical issues. Now, this is sensitive because sometimes a technical issue can be something that a lot of people are experiencing but don't say. So you have to determine what kind of issue they have. Some audio video issues might be something to do with your internet connection or maybe some setting on your software. And many people can experience this, and actually attending to the people who have technical issues actually will often fix problems that a lot of people have and will improve your overall webinar success. But you really want to get past those audio video issues quickly if there are some people who have technical problems that are just specific to them, like they cannot figure out how to get their microphone to work or how to get their audio to work on their computer. You cannot spend too long helping them because remember, that's one person, but there are like 99 people waiting. So your main goal whenever encountering unique situations with attendees, don't make the webinar about the problems. Deal with the problems quickly and move on because your main goal is to get through the webinar as flawlessly and as seamlessly as possible because the better the flow of the webinar, the more value the attendees are going to get. And the more value they're going to get, the more they're going to listen to your pitch, the more they're going to want more that you sell after the webinar. So all the problem issues must be handled in a way that doesn't break the flow and quality for the bulk of the attendees. That should be your main focus when dealing with any kind of issues.